Everyone wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You've got to continue to grow, or you're just like last night's cornbread, stale and dry. I love people and I love to sing, and that's what keeps me going. I wouldn't have dared ask God for all that He's given me. I couldn't have done it on my own. I thank God every day for what I have. I want more out of life than I've gotten. Dew never actually made moonshine, but he hauled about an ocean of it. When all those city folks try to fix up my talking, all they do is mess me up. I get along with all the women singers, but especially Dolly Parton. We talk the same hillbilly language. You get used to sadness growing up in the mountains, I guess. I believe in education and wish I had a better one. I'm trying to lead a good Christian life, so there ain't too much spicy to tell about me. The country is making a big mistake not teaching kids to cook and raise a garden and build fires. Write about the truth. If you write about the truth, somebody living that, not just somebody. There's a lot of people. When something is bothering me, I write a song that tells my feelings. I've been around a long time, and life still has a whole lot of surprises for me. I don't go to church regular, but I pray for answers to my problems. We still lend our old house out to relatives. They keep a guest book for my fans to sign. Once in a while I get inspired and finish my act with the hillbilly hoedown. You ain't supposed to get salmon when they're swimming upstream to spawn, but if you're hungry, you do. I never knew any Jews until I got into show business. I've found them to be real, smart and good workers. I know there's some kind of history to mountain music, like it came from Ireland or England or Scotland, and we kept up the tradition. I'm not a big fan of women's liberation, but maybe it will help women stand up for the respect they're due. Growing up in Eastern Kentucky like I did, I'm used to having a few guns around to protect me. I believe in horoscopes. I was born under the sign of the ram, which means I'm headstrong. Don't like people telling me what to do. My life has run from misery to happiness. We used to go around tipping outhouses over or turning over corn shocks on Halloween, anything to be mean. I've been married to the same man for all this time. The way we fight sometimes, you can tell. I loved being outside. We'd hold lightning bugs in our fingers and pretend they were diamond rings. There's never going to be another Patsy Cline. Without her, I don't think I would have lasted. The night I announced I was getting married, Daddy paced for hours on the porch. I don't like to talk about things where you're going to get one side or the other unhappy. My music has no politics. If I had a chance to do things over again, I might not start singing. It was my husband Doolittle's idea. He pushed me out there, the booger, and I'm out there now, so I might as well make the best of it. Daddy was real gentle with kids. That's why I expected so much out of marriage, figuring that all men should be steady and pleasant. I had more verses. Owen Bradley said, "Loretta, there's already been one in El Paso and we'll never have another one. Get in that room and start taking some of those verses off." Yeah, I took 6 verses off. All music is based on country music, and that's why so many different kinds of people relate to it. There are more country music fans in New Jersey than there are down south. There's more women stars in Nashville all the time. They're proving they can do the job the same as a man. A woman's 2 cents worth is worth 2 cents in the music business. I'm always making butcher holler sound like the most backward part of the United States, and I think maybe it is. Some of my friends who know me best say they wouldn't trade places with me for $1 million because of the pace I lead. Mommy smoked, but she didn't want us to. She saw smoke coming out of the barn one time, so we got whipped. I've seen every highway in the United States, and they all look alike to me. I try to visit people in hospitals when I can, smiling and joking while I'm there, but when I leave, I just start crying. I've always been full of nervous energy, but I'm not really as happy as I seem. I know what it's like to be pregnant and nervous and poor. I think I reach people because I'm with them, not apart from them. Why leave the nut you got for one you don't know? A lot of people say I'd miss show business if I quit. I'd miss some of it. Now it's the only life I know. There's always been a man telling me what to do. If anyone asks how old I am, tell them it's none of their business. When I first came to Nashville, people hardly gave country music any respect. We lived in old cars and dirty hotels, and we ate when we could. When I'd tell people I like country music, they'd get this look on their faces. People were kind of ashamed of country. I wasn't for Vietnam. When I told that to the hippie newspaper, all my people got nervous. I avoid going through places where there's too much poverty. I think Charlie Pride has been one of the best things to happen to country music, to prove it belongs to everybody. Being on stage is the best part of my career. I just say whatever comes into my head. It's the only time I feel grown up and in control of things. Sometimes they work, and sometimes they just won't. Sometimes you get hung up on them. When that happens, you just throw it back and maybe come back to it 2 or 3 weeks later. I came out the back of the building and I was hollering. I've sung on the Grand Ole Opry. I've sung on the Grand Ole Opry. Well, friends, nobody owns nothing in this world. Even your breath is just loaned to you. Well, shoot, I don't believe in double standards where men can get away with things that women can't. In God's eyes, there's no double standard. It's important that you take care of yourself and blow off steam in the right way. Don't let some woman walk in and say, hey, goodbye, and take your man. Kill her if you can. I'm only kidding. Loretta Lynn, April 14, 1932 October 4, 2022 was born Loretta Webb in Butcher Hollow, Kentucky. She was the oldest daughter and second child born to Clara Marie Clary Ramey, May 5, 1912 November 24, 1981, and Melvin Theodore Ted Webb, June 6, 1906 February 22, 1959. Ted was a coal miner and subsistence farmer. The family claims Cherokee heritage on Lynn's mother's side, but have not been officially recognized by that tribe. She was named after the film star Loretta Young. The other Webb children were Melvin Jr. Webb, December 4, 1929 July 2, 1993, Herman Webb September 3, 1934 July 28, 2018, Willie J. Lee Webb February 12, 1937 July 31, 1996, Donald Ray Webb April 2, 1941 October 13, 2017, Peggy Sue Wright Webb, born March 25, 1943, Betty Ruth Hopkins Webb, born January 5, 1946, Crystal Gale born Brenda Gale Webb, January 9, 1951. Loretta's father Ted died at the age of 52 from a stroke for years after relocating with her mother and younger siblings to Wabash, Indiana. He had also been battling black lung disease at the time of his death. Through her matriline, Lynn was distant cousins with country singer Patty Loveless. Loretta Lynn was an American country music singer and songwriter. In a career spanning 6 decades, Lynn released multiple gold albums. She had numerous hits such as Hey Loretta, The Pill, Blue Kentucky Girl, Love is the Foundation, You're Lookin' at Country, You Ain't Woman Enough, I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, Don't Come Home a Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind, One's on the Way, Fist City, and Coal Miner's Daughter. The 1980 musical film, Coal Miner's Daughter, was based on her life. Lynn received many awards and other accolades for her groundbreaking role in country music, including awards from both the Country Music Association and Academy of Country Music (ACM) as a duet partner and an individual artist. She was nominated 18 times for a Grammy Award and won 3 times. As of 2022, Lynn was the most awarded female country recording artist and the only female ACM artist of the decade. The 1970s, Lynn scored 24 #1 hit singles and 11 #1 albums. She ended 57 years of touring on the road after she suffered a stroke in 2017 and broke her hip in 2018.